Hello everybody, my name is Julia and I'm here today to do a reading for Cancer. This is going to be a love and relationship spread. It will be a kind of both sides of the story spread, so I'll be drawing some cards for your person, the person that springs to mind for you that you're either in a relationship with or somebody that you might be in separation from, but somebody that you have had a significant relationship with. Obviously that's the intention of my reading, but as always I will read the cards that come and we will go with the energy wherever it takes us. So this is a general reading. It might not resonate for everybody. If it doesn't resonate, you could have a look at one of my other readings for your moon or your rising sign, or your Venus sign even indeed. I've got plenty of timeless spreads on my channel. So yeah, I'm going to use a Time Island Wellness card, which I will draw one each for each of you. I'm going to draw some love messages, which are from a deck that I've written out myself. And then I'm going to draw some tarot cards, which I will clarify as well. So this reading really is for October, November time, but really I'd like to get away from putting dates on my readings because I just think energy is everything, isn't it? Energy is fluid. Whenever you find these readings, if something resonates, then it's for you, and if it doesn't resonate, well, it's not. So I would like to try and read a bit more intuitively, really, rather than trying to stick to a script or a schedule or a strict sort of rigid schedule for myself. So yeah, I'm going to start with your person, Cancer. As I said, this will either be somebody that you're in a relationship with currently, or somebody that you might be in separation from, a kind of soulmate energy, but certainly somebody that you have had a significant relationship with. So, what does Cancer need to know? Spirit, can you give us some bigger picture energies for Cancer, please? Let's see what we get. And as I said, this is for your person. We'll do your person first. We have the dragonfly. Be light-hearted, finding things out, coming to light, adapt, change and heal. Okay, so be light-hearted, finding things out, things coming to light, adapt, change and heal. Okay, so it's very early days to say what that card might be about. It sounds like there may have been something, some information that has come out either for you or for your person, that one of you has found something out. It may not be something to do with each other, it could be about anything really, but whatever it is, it will be something that will require a degree of change. It will require you to adapt your thinking around this subject, I guess. So I'm just shuffling the love messages cards now. I think I've got about 100 of these messages now, because they're things that I write out every now and again as things resonate and things come to me as I feel inspired. So I shall draw 3 of these love messages for your person, which I will then clarify with some tarot. Cancer. So what would your person And this is what your person would like to say to you at the moment, if they felt they could speak honestly to you from their heart. And we have, I can't chase you anymore. I will always come back to you. And I'm scared about the future. Okay. So as I said, something may well have come to light recently. Something has become apparent within your relationship, within this connection. Whether that's something that one of you have done or not done, or just something that one of you has become aware of, that's become apparent. There's been a realization of some kind. I can't chase you anymore. I will always come back to you, and I'm scared about the future. I was just looking at the bottom of the deck actually, just to see what that might mean, and we've got here, you broke my heart. So already I'm starting to get the feeling here, Cancer, that perhaps this is another connection in separation, that either you've left or your person's left, or if you haven't physically left, that there's certainly a distance between you currently. There's certainly a distance within your connection. Something has happened. Something has caused some upset. Somebody needs some time to heal here. So I'm going to use my Game of Thrones tarot today to clarify these messages for you, Cancer. I'm just thinking back to what you've had in your readings recently that I've done. I think there was a great deal to do with health, well-being, looking after yourself. I think there was some issues to do. I think you got the root chakra card previously, or there was things to do with your root chakra, so things to do with your physical health, your finances, maybe work. Yeah, all was not well, was what I felt really for you, Cancer, at that time. And perhaps this is the reason why. Perhaps there's been some upheaval in your life recently to do with a relationship, a significant relationship with somebody. So, what would Cancer need to know? If I could clarify these messages, Spirit, please. So for I can't chase you anymore, we have the Ten of Wands. So something's felt like a big burden, for sure. I will always come back to you. And we have the Eight of Swords. And I'm scared about the future. And we have Justice. Okay. What do we have on the bottom of the deck here? We have the Four of Swords. Okay. I'm going to clarify those once more. I'm going to use another deck of cards. I can't chase you anymore. I will always come back to you, and I'm scared about the future. It feels that there's been a closing really here, Cancer. It's like, sorry, my hair is drying. I've not long had a shower, so it's damp around my neck. It's like there's a closing, like there's been a recent ending to a cycle here. It does very much feel that something has ended. So what does Cancer need to know? Spirit, help me to clarify these messages here. So we have the 9 of Swords as well as the 10 of Wands. I will always come back to you. We have the Moon. And I'm scared about the future. We have the Fool. And what do we have on the bottom? The Magician. So let's have a little look at these and soak the energy up of these cards. Unfortunately, I have to say, there is very definitely an ending here. There's very definitely the ending of a chapter, I think is what I want to say. There's very definitely the ending of a chapter here. With I can't chase you anymore. We have the 10 of Wands, which would imply that somebody has been trying and trying and trying and trying for a long time to reach you, to make something work, to get somewhere with you, to make progress. We have the 9 of Swords, which is the kind of dark night of the soul card, isn't it? It's like this person here is waking up from this nightmare, from this burden. They're realizing, there's a realization here that they can't chase you. I guess it's as simple as that, isn't it? It's the realization that they can't chase you. And I think that with the dragonfly, that's what it is that's come to light. Is I think that there's been some realizations from your person here, Cancer, that I'm sort of hearing that no matter what I do, it doesn't work. No matter what I do, it's pointless. There's a real feeling of exhaustion and despair here, I have to say. Exhaustion and despair is what I'm feeling very strongly here. I'm feeling very strongly here that your person is actually not in a good place, to be honest. That mentally, they're not in a good place. So I'll always come back to you. Well, they've not given up, have they? Even though they've had this big realization that they can't chase you anymore, that they can't actually continue with this anymore, it's like somewhere within them they know or they feel that this is a significant soulmate, twin flame kind of energy for them. Because that's what I always think of with this card, really, is that this is soulmate energy, that despite all of the things that go on, And there can often be a lot of terrible things that go on in relationships. I think if there's that real sort of karmic energy between the two of you, I think the pull is so strong often that it's like you kind of know inside that you will be drawn back together again at some point. But I have to say, at the moment, I'm not seeing that and I'm not feeling that. We have the Eight of Swords here, which is definitely a feeling of a person feeling stuck and trapped within their own mind, trapped by their own thought processes, trapped by their own limitations, by their own mental state, I guess. And it's interesting that that's backed up here by the Moon, which is often a card of mental instability, of illusion, of maybe not quite seeing things as they really are, that your perceptions are slightly skewed. And I think in this card, the perceptions of the person in this card are often skewed. I think in the Rider-Waite deck, this is a blindfolded lady surrounded by swords, and she could walk out of there if she wanted to, but she's not taking the blindfold off, so she's kind of stuck. So yeah, we have this sort of, and with the dragonfly as well, I often think with dragonflies that their wings are iridescent. They look different in different lights. They can adapt and change, and they do adapt and change in how you see them and how you perceive them. So with this, I will always come back to you, actually. It may be that this is something that your person is holding on to, a belief or a hope or a wish or a desire, that this is something that sort of in the background your person is holding on to about your relationship and about you. Obviously, we haven't looked at your cards yet, Cancer, so I don't know whether that would be a true reflection of where you are, that there is a possibility that this connection will come back together. But I think somewhere within your person's psyche there's a little hope, or there's a belief within themselves almost that maybe they can't help themselves. Yeah. Perhaps they're scared about that. Perhaps they're scared that, although they know it might not be the best thing for them, that they wouldn't be able to help themselves. There's certainly a lot of there's very much a feeling here of not seeing things as they really are. I think your person has come to a point where it's like they're emerging out of a dark place. They're emerging out of a bad dream. And I don't think that they're really seeing the reality of things. I don't think they're really seeing their own true potential here, really, or their own capabilities. We had the Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck, which would imply somebody in big need of a rest. And we can see that here, can't we, with the Ten of Spears and the Nine of Swords. I think your person has retreated from you, and I think your person is trying to start again. We also have the Magician here, don't we? Which would again imply that your person really has everything that they need in order to start again. It's a card number 1, isn't it? It's a card of new cycles. And for the last message we had here was, I'm scared about the future. And to clarify that message, we have Justice, and we also have the Fool. I think your person is feeling I think your person is trying to start again, actually. I think your person is trying to go with the flow, trying to be more instinctual about what they're doing, trying not to overthink the future. But we can see here that it's weighing quite heavily on them, the things that they're thinking about whether things will be fair for them in the future. I mean, it may be that you're getting divorced. Maybe there are real worries about money and houses and security. For some of you, it could very definitely be that you're going through a divorce, you're going through some kind of separation that involves splitting up a home, separating a home, splitting up finances, children. All these things are entirely possible here. As I said, there's an overwhelming feeling here that your person could be struggling with their mental health, could be struggling to see the truth of things. I think your person's just worn out, basically. I think they need a big time out, to be honest. Okay, so I'm going to do the same for you now, Cancer. I'm going to draw some cards, and I'm going to read the same for you. 3 messages, which we'll then clarify with some tarot. And we will see how you feel about this situation. It's staggering, really, how often I get into these kind of readings and I read for one person and expect the cards to mirror that for you the viewer, and often they're quite different. I think it just goes to show that within relationships they're complicated, aren't they? And often we assume things, or our expectations of people and situations are just not always correct. So, for Cancer, what would Spirit, what would the universe like to draw your attention to with some bigger picture energy here? We've got 2 cards that are stuck together here. What have we got? Not today. Not today. Not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, call, or a person, boundaries, and still angry. Okay. So, whatever has gone on, it has caused some major upset here, hasn't it, Cancer? What have we got on the bottom here? Girl with a snake. Empath and narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used, enabler, needing boundaries. Okay. So we got not today, not dealing, hurt, avoiding conversations, avoiding people, needing boundaries, still feeling hurt. Okay. So your person was, you broke my heart. And the dragonfly. And yeah, not today. There is very much the feeling here, actually, Cancer, that your person may have been chasing you quite a great deal, but chasing you to talk to you or to deal with a situation, to talk about a situation, to sort something out. But there's very much a feeling here that you're still angry, you're still hurt, and that really you don't want to deal with it at the moment. Obviously, as I'm reading for you and a person here, if the energies of these cards resonate the other way round, if the cards that I've just read for your person, if they resonate for you, Cancer, well, you can take this reading that way. That's absolutely fine. As I said, everything is energy. It doesn't really matter, does it? It just matters that it resonates and there's a message there for you in some way. Something that might help you to look inward, to introspect, to self-reflect, and possibly help you to make sense of a situation and move forward. That's always my intention and my hope. So for Cancer, what would Spirit like to draw your attention to? What messages would you give your person if you were able to speak to them and speak openly from your heart and not from a place of anger or hurt? And we have, I don't have time for you right now. Okay. I sabotaged our connection because of my fears. And I'm scared of losing this connection with you. Okay, what do we have on the bottom here for you? Love is not enough. Right. There's a lot of emotional upset here, isn't there, Cancer? There's an awful lot of emotional upheaval and pain here that I'm feeling. I'm sorry about that. This feels really exhausting, actually, I think is what I'm feeling here. It just feels exhausting. There's love here. There's love here from both your sides. Your person is saying you broke their heart. You're saying love is not enough. There's love here, but for some reason it's not working, is it? For some reason, one of you, or maybe both of you, have done something So for you, let's clarify these messages. I don't have time for you right now, Spirit. Could we draw a tarot card to get some more information about I don't have time for you right now? Oops. These just fell out, and that was 3 cards actually, so I'm going to take them because they did fall out quite abruptly. And we have the 9 of Swords, the 3 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Wands. So the 9 of Swords, the 7 of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles. I don't have time for you right now. Well, your person had the Nine of Swords, didn't they? As their I can't chase you anymore. I think both of you are just trying to deal with, you're just both trying to deal with your own mental states, with your own pain, with your own hurt and upset. It feels like there may be a little bit of a dark night of the soul for both of you here, like there's been some big sort of realization within your relationship that has knocked you both for six, that really has left you both feeling, yeah, just exhausted. I think for you here with the Seven of Wands, the Seven of Spears here, it's like you feel under attack. Like, I think I am very much getting the feeling here, Cancer, actually, that your person has been chasing you, and quite hard, actually. I think your person has been desperate for information, desperate to communicate, desperate to maybe try and resolve things with you one way or another. And I feel that you are very much sat in this kind of not today energy, that you're keeping this person at arm's length, that you're still not sure what you want to say to them, and it's like you're keeping them at bay until you are sure. And I feel that perhaps you have other things that you need to be getting on with, you know, practical things, maybe earning money, working, looking after children. I don't know. I think there's partly that you actually don't have time for this person at the moment. You don't have the energy for them. But I also am strongly getting the feeling here that you're keeping them at arm's length because you haven't made up your mind. You haven't decided what it is that you want to say to them just yet. So, which is perfectly reasonable and perfectly fair. So for I sabotaged our connection because of my fears. Could we get some clarity on that message there, Spirit? What does that mean? Let's have a look. The Hanged Man. I think that the energy of this relationship has not been very healthy. I think that you there's a little I suppose there's a little bit of a codependent air about this relationship, isn't there? That we've got a chaser and we've got a runner, and you know, your person is the chaser, and it would appear here that you are the runner. Yeah, I shall clarify that again in a moment. So I'm scared of losing this connection with you. Let's see what we get here with that. Could we clarify, I'm scared of losing this connection with you? What do we get? We have the Page of Wands. I think you do want to talk to this person. You're not done. I don't feel that this is done. We've got the 5 of coins at the bottom here now. The 5 of Pentacles. I think, I don't know, I'm just feeling very much from both of you that there's kind of a, it's like you've both got each other wrong. It's like there's been a misunderstanding here, that you've not been communicating very well. With the Page of Spears, it's like you would like to come forward and you would like to talk to your person. You know, the Page of Spears often represents a messenger, somebody who wants to do something. It can represent travel, communication. I don't see this as being done, but I think you've got a long way to go, the pair of you, to be honest. Let's just clarify these one more time and see what we get. It's almost like you're it's almost like your person is a little bit controlling, Cancer. I'm getting the feeling here. Like you sometimes just have felt that you couldn't breathe, that they didn't leave you alone. I'm getting that message coming through here, that they didn't leave you alone, that this was quite a full-on relationship. So I don't have time for you right now. We're clarifying that with the Queen of Wands. I sabotaged our connection because of my fears. I'm clarifying that with the Knight of Cups. I'm scared of losing this connection with you. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. What we've got on the bottom here, yeah. Now we've got the Two of Swords at the bottom. Yeah, do you know, there's definitely love here. There's definitely love between the two of you. But I think your person has just come on too strong, haven't they? I think that they have relentlessly pursued you. I think they've made you feel codependent. I think they've made you feel they've just come on too strong. They've made you feel like you didn't have a life of your own, that you couldn't breathe, that you had no space. And I think you've been running. I think that you are trying to make a decision. I think that you're weighing things up. I think that this is a decision between your head and your heart. As we've got the Two of Swords here and we've got love is not enough. It's like your head is telling you love is not enough, but your heart is still there, isn't it? Your heart is still there. Yeah. I think your person would very much like a new start with you. And I think for you, actually, here, Cancer, the jury is still out, isn't it? I do feel very much that you are you have split up, or you are in the process of splitting up at the moment. But there's a strong kind of almost a karmic energy here, I guess. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, haven't we? Perhaps the Wheel of Fortune is just here to say to just trust in life, to trust that when the time is right, you will make the right decision. Perhaps it's telling you not to feel pressured, not to allow yourself to be chased anymore, to stand your ground, to kind of go with the flow. Yeah. Just allow yourself in your own time. It's like, you know, the person here needs to take their blindfold off, don't they? They need to stop trying to keep everything so perfectly under control, to actually feel some emotions. You know, they're sat with their back to the water here, and water represents emotions. It's like you need to trust that you're in a process here, really. That you don't need this other person, and you need to decide whether you actually want this other person, and whether you can work through the issues that you've got here. I did say earlier that I felt that there'd been some communication issues here, that perhaps some of this conflict was because there wasn't enough kind of honest communication. I can see for the time being that your person has retreated somewhat. And if I'm right about this kind of codependent air and codependent energy, as your person retreats a little, it will make you start to feel that you want to come back, that it will give you the space to move slightly. So you end up in this sort of push-pull, one step forward and two steps back energy for a while. I think that you should carry on, to be honest, with whatever it is that you're doing in your life. You've got things going on, you've got other responsibilities, you're a busy person. You're a person quite capable of looking after themselves, quite capable of manifesting what you need for yourself in life. You don't need your person. So yeah, it feels like there's been some love bombing here, I guess, if you like, that it's like your person has scared you away a bit, I suppose, really. That every step forward they take, you take a step backwards. It's a common dynamic. I found myself in those kind of relationships in the past. Yeah. So yeah, I think that that's all I've got here for you. We've looked at all the bottom of the decks, haven't we? Yeah. So yeah, I think my advice for you here, Cancer, would be to just carry on with what you're doing. Carry on looking after you and yours and what's important. And just allow yourself to process whatever this pain is, whatever this hurt is. Don't feel pressured by anybody, least of all this person here or yourself, to come to a decision. These are not things that you can rush. And head over heart decisions are never great, really. You want to preferably be in a place where your head and your heart are in alignment. So If you're still in a place of the Two of Swords, well, at some point you'll be ready to take the blindfold off and you'll be ready to have a good look at this and to deal with it, I guess. But for the moment, I think this is the right energy for you, not today. So yeah, I hope that that resonates, and I'm sorry for whatever it is that you're going through, Cancer. Thanks for being here with you. Thanks for being here with you. Thanks for being here with me. If this reading resonates and you haven't done already, it would be fantastic if you would subscribe to my channel. I'm still relatively new. I think this is my 5th month on YouTube, so it would be fantastic to get some new subscribers. So thank you for being here with me, and I hope to see you again soon.